because it's been a long time, I feel, since I talked with you guys, and I have a few things I want to share. So let's pick a page to color. I want to do one that's not too complicated. Actually, that one looks pretty good. Let me see how best to do this. I think I gotta move my lamp just for a second. Yeah, so I think the last time I chatted with you guys like this, it was summertime. It was starting to get really hot here. And now it is October, and we have started getting our cooler weather now. It's been a long time since I colored too. I always love the sound of it. I don't know if you can hear. Let me zoom in a little bit more to make it a little more so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, and also, you might have noticed I'm now wearing an engagement ring. I got engaged in September, only a few weeks ago, really. And I'm very happy to share that news with you all. He did an incredible job planning the proposal. It was really special. It was like, it was the better part of a day. And we went to dinner, and we went to an art museum, and then at sunset, he drove me to the top of a mountain, and we went to a viewing deck, and we were looking out at the sunset over the hills, and that's when he proposed, and it was really beautiful, and I was so excited about what was happening. There was a split second where I forgot what I was supposed to say. I forgot that I was supposed to actually say yes. But it was only like a split second. And then, we were looking at the ring immediately afterward and kind of processing what had just happened. And, it was like felt like 5 seconds after it happened, I heard this voice, this woman saying, "Congratulations, you guys." And it was this woman, this stranger, who was there to look at the view and had taken pictures of him proposing to me on her cell phone. And she wanted to share the pictures with us, which was so sweet. It was really, really nice of her. And then she took a couple of posed photos of us standing in front of the view, which was so nice. She was so lovely. And then there was this other guy who was up there with a nicer camera, and he took a couple of posed pictures of us too. And that was nice of him too. And it was just a really, like, magical day. And members of my family for lunch and had a little celebration. And that was really, really nice too. So it was such a great weekend and filled with surprises. And it was like a little break from reality for a bit. It was really nice. So that's really my biggest news to share. I recorded a couple of videos that I have, what's the term? I can't think of the word I'm thinking of right now, but I plan to post them soon, and I'm wearing my ring in some of them, and I didn't want to post them before sharing that news with you all, because sometimes I like to share a little bit about myself and my life on this channel, and this was something that I wanted to share with you all. So I am hoping to, well, not hoping to, planning to post more regularly again. This summer and fall kind of got away from me and ended up being, after I posted my last video, I don't want to swear, but ass hit the fan. It did. I got COVID, and I had COVID for, I got it in July, mid-July, and I was still testing positive in early September, and the symptoms continued, and I'm actually have still been having some symptoms that I mean, nothing too serious. Like, I'm okay. Like, I feel okay. I've just had some lingering issues, and I am gonna actually talk to my doctor about it next week. But, and honestly, I had COVID back in December, and having it this time around was definitely more intense and was worse, and was certainly longer lasting. But I was okay. Like, I didn't feel like I was dying or anything. I felt sick, but like I've felt worse, so I'm glad for that. Like, it was okay, but yeah, I would not recommend. That wasn't a fun experience. I missed out on a lot of fun things that I had planned to do because I was either feeling sick or I didn't want to get other people sick. And then on top of that, my work got really crazy, to be honest. I was talking, I think, in my last video about how I wanted to start looking at new jobs, and I definitely have now. I'm not gonna go into all the detail on this, and I want this video to be positive, but my job reached new levels of toxicity. A lot of really bad stuff happened and has continued to happen. And it really, I think it's part of why I stayed sick for so long, to be honest, because I was really stressed out. rightfully so. And things have simmered down a little bit now. I mean, a lot compared to how it was. My workload has gotten heavier because it always gets heavier in the fall, like significantly, but things are not as heated emotionally as they were before right now, which is good. And I'm definitely looking for other jobs, so we will see. I'm keeping my eyes open, but there might be, some other things that could be worked out with my current job to get me into a different role or something. So, that took up a lot of my energy this summer, and I just took a step back from recording videos. But now we are in fall, and fall is my favorite season. I just love cooler weather and the fall food, like soups and stews and baked goods. And yeah, I wanted to talk. Oh, this is not the color I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. I wanted to talk about some of my favorite fall things because this is like my favorite season. So I already mentioned the clothes, but I love sweaters. I love wearing sweaters and jackets and boots. Those are my favorite. I just feel comfiest in long sleeves, I think. And like wearing my fuzzy robe and my fuzzy pajamas at night is so cozy. I love decorating the house for fall. Since we moved into a new house, I got to figure out new ways to decorate, which was fun. I have up now a few Halloween decorations out front. And then inside our house is just like general fall decor. We don't have any outlets on the outside of our house, I discovered. So all of our Halloween decor outside has to be battery powered. So I went to a couple different stores and got just a few things for outside, like some battery powered lights, and I got a couple of like blow mold decorations from Target that are really cute, that are battery powered. So I have a little witch and a little green pumpkin, and purple lights, which is a little different. I usually, in the past, have always had orange lights, but this year we've got purple and green, because that's what I could find, honestly. I think by the time I was doing my shopping for decor, a lot of stuff was already picked over, to be honest, but that's okay. So yeah, I love decorating for fall. I love cooking food, I have some special things I only make in the fall, like butternut squash risotto, which is so good, and I like to make chocolate chip pumpkin bread or muffins. see what I was coloring. I'll show you really quick. It's just that. Yeah, pumpkin. I like to try, I don't bake all the time, but fall makes me think about it more. Oh, football games, that's another thing. My fiance got me into football, kind of. I only watch the games if he's watching them, and he doesn't watch all the time. But, we root for different teams. I don't know why. He is the one that we used to watch games, and he would have to explain everything to me. He still does, because I don't really pay attention. I don't know why I chose to root for a different team from him, because I thought it would be fun, and it has been, because now when our teams play each other, we do bets, like fun little bets. If your team loses, you owe the other person something. Like, oh, this is like the same color. Oh well. Sometimes these lids don't accurately portray what the color is gonna be. This year, when our teams played each other, we we each contributed like $20 to scratch off like lotto tickets. So we bought $40 worth of lotto tickets, and so we had this big pile of them, and then whoever's team won got to scratch the tickets. And my team won, but unfortunately the game went like really late. Like it didn't even start until like 8 or 9, I think, and so it was like midnight when I was doing these scratch offs, and then I only won $11. So it wasn't very lucky, but it was still really fun. It's fun to have some stakes. Sorry if you can hear Joey meowing. So yeah, and we also will make special snacks for the games sometimes. Like one year we made homemade pretzels. That was fun. So I like that. What else do I love about fall? Favorite fall things? Oh, tea. I got some like chai tea, and I got some pumpkin spice tea that I've been drinking. What else? Camping. We're doing our first camping trip tomorrow, actually, just for one night. Fall is a really good time to go camping around here because it's cool and there's not as many bugs, and you get to see the leaves changing colors. So I'm looking forward to doing, hopefully we'll get to go at least once more before it really gets cold. I'd like to go more, but I'm being realistic about what I can achieve. Hiking, I also start to do more hiking outside because the heat has broken. So I have been going to parks by me every weekend for a little hike. And I've been doing this fall movement challenge to school shopping, I always love looking at like the stationery and the supplies, and I bought some this year to donate to the local school district. That was fun. I dropped it off. They had a collection box at a local Staples, so I put a bunch of stuff in. I had like 4 or 5 bags worth of stuff that I put in there. That was really fun. Other fall things. There's a lot that I like about fall. I drink more coffee, I've found, during the colder months. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure more things will come to me. Another thing I wanted to share with you all was that I took a poetry class. It just ended like a couple weeks ago. It was a 6-week class online, and I really, really liked it. It was a goal of mine to take creative writing classes this year, just to take one, and I took one in the winter in early 2025, and I really liked it, and I decided to take another one, and I wanted to try poetry because we had learned a little bit about it in the last class I took, and I was intrigued. And it just seemed more approachable to me to write a poem. Like, I don't feel like I have enough to say to write a book, but I could write a poem. Like, that seemed doable. And I really ended up really loving this class because I just love the freedom and creativity of poetry. It doesn't even have to be something that makes sense because it's about the process of writing the poem, and it's about the feelings, and it's about writing for writing's sake, and about the art, using words as art. And I think there's a lot of freedom in that, and it's very unique. Like, there just isn't like another genre where that compares to that, you know. And it was a 6-week class, and everybody had to write and submit 2 poems to be reviewed in class, to be workshopped, they call it. And I had never had anything that I'd written workshopped before, and I hadn't written a poem since, like, in school they had us write poems. So this was my first poem, like, as an adult. And the first one I wrote and submitted to share in the class was about finding a quilt in an antique store and thinking about the person who made that quilt and how the quilt now has like a new life in my home, which isn't a real thing. I've actually never bought a quilt at an antique store, but I was working on making my first quilt, and that kind of helped inspire the poem. was feeling really good about it. And then in workshop, I was the first person to go, which I think contributed to this. They spent a really long time picking apart my poem. And because it's poetry, and you are supposed to be efficient with language and every word matters, they spent a lot of time picking apart very small things like commas or, the line where I did the line breaks, which is important, but also like why I chose to use certain words, and that was really interesting because I've never had my work reviewed like that before. But it was cool too because they were treating my work seriously. Like, they were treating it like it was an actual poem, like literature. And they were critically, like, reviewing it and they gave helpful suggestions. So that was interesting. The second poem that I submitted was about my grandma and some of my memories with her, and it was much shorter, and it wasn't even finished. It was like a draft, but they didn't have that much to say about that one, probably because it was so short and because I was the last one to go. I got good reviews and good feedback on both my poems. It was just a really good learning experience and really helped me feel creative and like I can do creative writing. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Here's how the picture turned out. I really like it. Maybe I'll add a little bit more, like, around the edges. Let's do, like, glowing green a little bit. I just wanted to share about my poetry class as, something positive to share with you all in this video. And, I really enjoyed that. And this channel is something that I see as another creative outlet for me. And, another hobby that I like doing. So, thank you all for watching. I love reading your nice comments that you leave me, and like I said, I have plans to make and release some more videos coming up here, so stay tuned. The last thing that I want to talk about is just some things that I am looking forward to. I guess the rest of this year, since we are in October. Definitely Halloween. I'm curious if my new neighborhood will get trick-or-treaters. I feel like we probably will because there are definitely kids on my street, like young kids. And what else? We've got a couple of trips coming up that I'm looking forward to. One is to New York City, which I'm very excited about, and we are planning to go to the Met, which I've never been to, and has been on my list for quite a smoothly with the air travel. And we are going to a wedding in November, which I'm very excited about. That should be fun. And I'm excited for the holiday season. I didn't used to like Christmas that much, to be honest. And then I worked retail one year during the Christmas season. And for some reason, I don't know how, that got me to like Christmas a lot in a way that I never had before. I guess it was, I don't know, just being around Christmas carols, like hours a day for months at a time, somehow got me into the Christmas spirit, and now I really, really like it. But yeah, I think that's all the coloring I'm going to do tonight. But thank you for watching this video. I hope it brought some calm to your day, and I'll see you in my next one.